Hey everybody, welcome back. Today is the beginning of a very special episode because as you can see, I am going to the Halloween District portal. Now, I don't think I've talked much about this portal area that was set up, but they did a whole bunch of portals to the different kind of areas far in the map. So if people wanted to dig stuff up or do adventuring, they could do that. But this portal has been chosen as the Halloween District. So we're going to go through it. Now, I've been told that there's an area there that I can use. So let's just talk quick at the bar, the tiki bar here. So what I'm planning to do today in my big project is an escape room. I've always wanted to do one, and this is the perfect time. I'm going to make a big Halloween mansion. We're going to do an escape room. I'm going to learn redstone because, frankly, I'm still not good. I should be able to figure this out. But I've been looking for examples. I found a design that I liked. So what we're going to do is head to the Halloween area. I don't think anybody's really around right now. However, we'll see what the area looks like, but I think we'll probably just kind of go in that spruce grove across from Taco Coffee. But we'll go check it out, and then we'll get some materials. We'll see what there is. Go. All right, here we are in the Halloween district. There's some things that have already been started. But I think there's just like a little bit of a spruce forest over here that we're going to go look at. Yeah, it'll be awesome. Okay, so I got a whole bunch of materials. We'll just go back to our area. How does this work? It's broken. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's go back over to our area. So I kind of like put my little torch here. I lit it all up. Okay. So I think I need to start measuring stuff out. And stake and claim, I guess. Right? So we've got our little thing here that will maybe come all the way up here. Then we've got to figure out how big. So let's put my shulkers down for now. And I'm pretty sure I'm missing a couple shulkers. Those actually might be back at my other area. I found my shulkers. I put them in my under chest for storage. All my dyes, my extra wood, some purple, the candles, although we need to make more candles. Yeah, I found it. Okay, so I've set a bit of a base camp up here where I'm hoping to make the mansion. I've started deforesting a little bit. I've already been attacked by a zombie, a skeleton, and a creeper. So I found the cave they came from and I closed it up. It's just right over here. I was kind of thinking like around here would be my middle. I might have to bring this all down and terraform and make this flat is what I'm kind of thinking. So this could be like the ground level. Yeah. So just clearing out a little bit more. I might start measuring it out with some stone and make 2 high walls so I don't get ambushed anymore. A lot of people are on. Everyone's over here working. Taco's got his maze done, which is awesome. Coffee Tiger's in her house, still working hard, because that's a beast of a house, and mine might not be much different. And then we've got the boat, and Alexana's, I don't know how to say her name, but she's working here on this new house here, which is awesome. So it's coming. Everyone's doing some really good work. Anyways, so we're gonna keep chopping some trees and flattening the ground. I think the shoveler's ready. Okay, so I have been clearing this beast out. I built safety walls to keep those guys out because I kept getting creepered on. I have cleared out almost this entire thing of this hill. I'm going to level the whole thing out and then I'm going to start mapping out my redstone rooms and the outside of the house. So this build, today is kind of middle of October. This is going to have to come together fast. Because I'm pretty sure Evil Notion's not going to wait till Halloween to do his Halloween tour if he does one. And I want people to play the game, and so gonna keep shoveling. I figured out the minimum of what I needed for each kind of redstone room because most of them are like 9 by 11. We're gonna do the inside of the house first, then we'll build the rest of the house around it, just so that it's not ridiculous to build. And I mean, it's gonna be ridiculous. And it's done. Whew. That was a lot of work. Now 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 that way. And what did I have this way? I think it was 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So this is basically a square. So I can kind of decide where I want the entrance to be. The next thing is to decide where the door is going to be, right? So initially I thought, oh, well, people will boat in. No one's boating in. Who are we kidding? We're all flying in. So what makes the most sense? Is it, here's a little clearing, come to the graveyard, and then like here's the front door, right? But if this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, it's going to go right to the back, right up to here, probably. So, because I needed about 55. Yeah. So it's going to go right here. I was kind of thinking like going this way, but there's also a lot of scary things. Okay. So I outlined most of it with this dark. No, this is just spruce. I'm just going to do spruce as kind of like the very bottom layer, or two, I suppose. But here's a problem that apparently I'm not very good at math and counting by tens. I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say I was a little short on this wall, like 4 or 5 short, no biggie. And so I know I wanted it to be 55 wide, and it's actually, I mean, it is, I suppose, but this from here to the very other end is 53. I mean, I guess it's mostly 55. And I thought I left like this was 60, but regardless, me bad at counting. So I kind of went offline. I remathed all my room calculations. We're just going to make it work because I'm running out of time, and you know what, whatever. I've mapped out, this will be the room in here, and this will be the parkour probably on this wall. The lever and some instructions will be on this wall. This is the room I need for redstone, and also I left myself a lot of room for redstone here because I'll have 4 different levers coming back, and I want to make sure. Thank God for these safety walls because that's like the 5th creeper, not creeper, zombie. You can't get in here. So, but we're going to come in here. This is going to be like the pressure plate area. I do feel like maybe I overestimated a little bit for my house on how big it needs to be for these redstones. It just feels so big, but then I also like I went into the test room and I did some calculations, so we'll see. Anyways, what I think I need to do is just make a decision on the floors and just start laying it in. Because I just wanted to get this room out so I knew the sizing and where the stairs were going to be, right? So you'll come in here, this will be the door to that room. This will be the hallway on both sides. And so I'll have like the trapdoors lined and everything will look good. But then this is going to be, into this area. Maybe there'll be like a room, like I might not use this full, but I wanted to come over here. The stairs will be up to the 2nd floor, right? So you come up here, you'll come up here. But then here on the 2nd floor, we'll need, I might have a room here. I might have a room over there. I had to readjust my stuff a little bit because this room here might be too small, but I think that should be fine. So, and then like, walking in here, this is going to be the little hidey where the paintings are going to be against this wall, and then they'll be able to come in here, do one more of those levers. But also like this is a huge room for the paintings, and I need like a 3-foot around here. I think I made this way too big, but we're just going to start building it, and it is what it is. I think the main entry I want to do the dark nether bricks. I'm going to start building this main floor out. I almost am wondering if I should have just moved everything over, but that side is a lot bigger than this side. And I also need room for the graveyard. Now, if I decide to make the house shorter, which I might, there's nothing wrong with being asymmetrical. You know, if it goes to here and then this is the graveyard area, that's okay too. But I just want to make sure the front door redstone will fit. And then I'm 100% sure I'll have enough room on the upper floor to make the rest of the rooms work. I'm probably going to keep saying this, but I might have made this too big. I might have also severely underestimated how much nether brick I need. Okay, we're going to be brave. We are going in here. Coffee Tiger said there's a stairwell down to a bit safer spot, but it's not ideal. Doesn't seem too bad. Honestly, I don't even know how I'm going to find my way out anymore. Oh! What? I'm dead. Why? Hey, buddy. How do I get out of this hellhole? So my question is, if I ignore the pillagers outside my walls, will they go away? There's 4 of them, and they're circling, and they want me, I think. I don't see a banner guy, though. Is there a banner guy? Just these guys? I feel it's because they can see me. Just don't know how to get to me. Okay, I like this. What color's the painting wall gonna be? The painting room. I'm learning so many new things today. Did you know that these trees can grow this tall? I was unprepared for that. Do you think I could land on it, or am I gonna kill myself? Ow. Hey, I did it. And Patrol's still there. Anyways, I don't know which is best for this. This takes forever, and I don't know if it's like you have to have like super awesome shears. That might be the next thing I look into, but who cares? Whatever. So high up. Okay, so I've finished a little bit more, um, doing some floors, trying to figure out, where the doorway will be for that next room. I've got this part done. I changed my mind on the floors. I'll probably do stairs all the way across. And this is where we're going to have the pressure plate area. Now, I didn't know if I wanted it. I might just do it 7x7 pressure plates. And then there'll be a door here that they can go into a room. Over here, there'll be a room over here with the answer and the redstone. So that will be over there. We'll finish, clean that up. And then this is going to be the picture room. Now I feel like there's just too much stuff here. There's too much room. But I think once I start putting it in, I mean, whatever. The house is too big. That's okay. We finished the stairs here. We'll have the second floor. I don't know if I'm just going to do it primarily dark oak slabs or what. I don't have enough netherrack, and I'm not going to go get more from that hellhole. Oh, and then I was trying out the size of the walls of the house. And so I believe it's the double foundation, and then I was going to have 8, and then a red detailing, and then it's like another 8, and then a little bit of 10 where you have the roof. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of the size for a house half this size. So I hope it doesn't look stupid or like just the wrong size. But at this point, we just really want to get it done so that there's something for people to play with in the next week or so because Halloween's coming. So what I think I'm going to do next before I start doing any more redstone and filling things in, now that I know that my house is big enough, I also think I'm going to go up to here. This should be enough room for the redstone to get out. And then that way, this could be the graveyard. This kind of whole area. Yeah, I think it's going to be good. So I kind of want to just build these walls up. I won't do the windows quite yet or the detailing. I just want to get a crap ton. And I was trying putting some stairs in for detailing. We will do all the detailing at the end. I just want a big giant box with the red detailing through it. Roof can go on last. I'm not too worried people are going to fly in and spy. And if they do whatever, they still have to kind of figure it out anyway. So, okay. We finished the first floor layer of stone. I'll be putting more detailing in and crack stone and whatever like at a later date. But this looks good. And so the next thing to do is put 10 up. So that'll take a couple passes around. And then the outside walls are done, and then we start laying redstone. Okay, I've got the walls done. I've started along second floor plank. I know I'm mixing probably too many materials, but it's just like whatever. I was thinking of doing it dark, but I might do a light ceiling, all spruce floor, and then maybe do some dark oak as detailing because I just don't have enough. And I have tons of spruce because, deforestation. So I think I'm just going to do spruce. And then I might change my mind and update different rooms with different floors as we go, but probably try to keep it uniform. And to be fair, I could always do a floor on top of this floor. This is just kind of like the ceiling base. I've done a bottom plank just to get more wood out of it. And then that way I could kind of hang stuff from the bottom floor. And then the top floor I can just, figure it out. Hello. Got our little Halloween mask on. wrong way. We have finished putting the second and roof layers. So now I just have to build the roof. That could take forever. So what I'm going to do is focus on actually finishing the escape room so it's ready to go for whoever wants to play. And then the roof will be secondary. Oh, can't do that in that view. Oh, that's happening. I know it looks so dark in here now, even though the light levels are all totally good. I'm pretty sure I checked everything. Especially back here, right? Everything's good. What I also did is we're gonna need these. I'm just moving in. Honestly, I don't know why everything's still outside. I got hi. I went and I got more terracotta because gotta get more terracotta. I'm gonna build up these rooms and then I think I'm gonna start the redstone. I don't know about the Halloween mask. I need a better one. You know what I should do? I should make a skin of my actual Halloween costume. My daughter is going as a police officer, so I'm going as a robber. Let's finish up some of these walls and go to the second floor and start mapping out the floors. Then we can start the redstone. I think every time I come back for an update, I gotta say, let's start the redstone. And then there's always more to do. Get used to it. So mistakes were made off camera, and I died going to check out Darkstorm's boat, and everybody came to my rescue, but my stuff was nowhere to be found. Now, I know the boat's massive, but I knew where I died, so she gave me some wings, and yeah, it was nowhere. I don't know, we all free cammed it, couldn't find a thing. That was everything. Okay, so I talked to Lemmings, and they said they have a whole bunch of elytras. I could go into their place, look at the top chest, and now I realized I missed the instructions as to my game crashed. I was gonna take a screenshot of what to do, but he said go to the storage unit. There should be some in the upper chest somewhere. He said he was by Evil Notion. I don't even know if this is the right place. I don't want to steal. How do I even know who this is? Look at I gotta collect the plushies. You know what? Oh my god, look at all these heads. Ooh, it's downstairs. Now I'm just snooping. Nice. Auto smelter? What are we auto smelting? Holy. Oh. I found it. Here, take more diamonds. For the books. No? Thank you. Oh, it feels so good. No idea. Oh my god, I can't believe I did that. No, I'm gonna die in the... Forget it. I'm gonna die in the tunnel. Well, that was a bit of an unfortunate detour. It took about an hour and a half, 2 hours for me to not even really get my stuff back. But I mostly got some tools back. I gotta still do my axe, but I got my blade, a bow, my 2 pickaxes, because I mean that's what I really need. I got those wings, thank goodness, and a couple extra mending books. I don't even know what else I lost, honestly. Whatever. before I thought I was going to go do that, I did place all my clicky clacks down. I know. I've got the lecterns in here, so I was about to start doing the redstone for that. I was trying to work on this wall here. So this wall is mostly done all the way up to the ceiling. I'll put some fancy railing or something and then start outletting the rooms up here. But I thought I'd get the redstone hooked up down here first. I think I moved the door to over here. I expanded my little area a little bit more. I kind of did another square because of where that doorway is going to be. I needed, like, it was anyways, whatever. Where I'm standing here was wall before. So I made it a bit bigger so that I could have the graveyard come out there. And then I started wrapping this around. So what's going to happen is there's probably going to be a secret room coming out of here where you would come here. Oh, see, I'm so tired. And then all the clicky clack clues are going to be back here. I put this here because coming out of the picture room, I want to have a creepy secret wall. There'll be some spider webs. It'll just be like a low room, and then it'll just come back out to here. It'll be a picture frame here that'll take you to the graveyard, so it's just kind of like a quick cut over. I think I got the walls all in completely for here. So I actually think I want to start on the redstone on this first, especially this one, just to make sure that this is enough room, because otherwise I might move things around. So when I come back, hopefully that'll be done. But in real life, I have to go make supper. Nope, this one. Maybe a new skin? A crying, sad skin? Can I just say that this is why this server is amazing? I log on today and I got an awesome message from Taco asking if I need anything. Everybody's just awesome. Oh, also, I don't know if you noticed, but we've got our Halloween skin on. Hello, I am a burglar. And considering it was about 15 minutes of work, didn't turn out that bad. So if anybody asks, I'm a burglar. We're redstoning today. Enough is enough. I was procrastinating, and then karma got me, and I crashed into a boat. And then I wasted an hour and a half or 2 hours of my life. So we are redstoning. Probably that back room. I'm gonna see if anybody wants to give me their skulls for the graveyard. Otherwise, I'll just use generic skulls and make up people. But I'm gonna post in Discord and ask, because I'm gonna need that for the puzzle. Okay, redstone time. Try not to die. It's awesome. What are you guys doing here? Huh? Boats. I have so many boats. Hi. Okay, so after a couple days IRL not being on, and then as well as just trying to tackle the hardest stuff first, I got the front door redstone done. So I haven't really like closed it up or finished the design, but I've just got it basically hooked up. So what it is I found an online tutorial. I believe it was a super old, an oldie but a goodie by sethbling. Link all the redstone tutorials that I used and the design ones in the description of the video that I might make. And so anyways, it's an item filter, right? So it's got just a simple item filter. We'll have this all closed off. We'll have a riddle. They'll deposit the item in the chest. It will go through and it will check. Here, where is it? Let me take that out. I've got this locked hopper. I put put that other pumpkin in there. With the pumpkin. Now it'll be, I think the actual key is going to be a jack-o'-lantern. It's Halloween escape room. And so I'll swap that out. But then it'll come to this, it'll come to this door. If it's correct, it triggers this redstone signal that basically comes over here and does a piston push. And so why do I do this? I've got a redstone torch here because I also need to reset it. So when the people come in, hopefully I'll get a few people playing the game. We'll see. When they come in, they'll read all the instructions, but then I have a button here that'll be like, start the game. It'll start it. It'll close the door. Oh, now it's getting dark. It'll close the door, and what that does is it pushes that block away from the redstone torch, and it breaks that signal that keeps that door open. And then when they do the correct item filter, it pushes the piston back, triggers the door, and then opens the door, and they can get out. And then it basically, because I didn't want it to have like a button or anything that opens the door and then it closes the door, right? I wanted it to be a steady, like it's open if the game's not being played and it's closed if it's being played. So then that button, and the thing is, I had to build up the wall a bit because just getting the redstone in here was, I'm not an expert by any means. Like this is the simplest thing. I have a button that goes to a redstone chain that goes down to this piston, and I've got this redstone torch, right? So when they hit reset, I guess it's resetted right now. When it's reset, it pushes this block and exposes this, which turns this off actually. Well, I guess it doesn't conduct the redstone signal from here. So when you get the item correct, so if I just go and throw, this will just simulate. It triggers it, it pushes it, and now because there's a redstone torch, it goes through, it gets conducted through this, and then opens the front door. It took me a while to kind of like piece together a couple different videos to figure out how I wanted to do this. But he had, in his video, he did have a reset feature. Now, his was more complicated because it had like several different signals and how do you join them together. I just needed one, so I kind of, anyways, I had to build the wall out a little bit, but you know what? I'm just going to make some cool like tower decorations. I had to build it out so it's not just a little door. I mean, we'll have the roof line here anyways, so that should be fine. I'll probably just expand it a little bit. So that's the front door redstone. Fun. So what do I want to tackle next? I kind of was thinking I would do this one last. This is the big parkour. I'll have one, this wall will probably go all the way up as well and maybe wrap around. And I'm thinking that it will start on this side and then my sample world, it started on this side and then went back. I don't know what's happening there. I'll probably finish that wall up. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm doing here. I'll do this last because I want to have like 4 or 5 levers they have to find throughout the mansion, right? Including the secret, including the secret trapdoor area that I got to build. But I'd like to get all the redstone in before I start doing the decorating and the books. I thought I would do this one next, which is why I kind of started with the front door because I wanted to try to do the smallest footprint I could do over here. I wonder if I should cover this up. You know, like I'm not going to cover it up, but it's like I don't want, if possible, I don't want this redstone going past here. What does that mean? Because it could be a signal of 15, right? And I have to have enough room to loop it around and go to this thing. I don't know. I might only be able to have 3 books here, but I'm going to try to redstone this one next. I have another tutorial example that will, again, the links will be here. But I think at most it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Don't tell everybody else. I might only be able to do 11 at most unless I make the signal go up and back around. You know what? Who cares? Big deal. There's 15 pages with a bunch of stuff. It's more like a red herring than anything. So I'd like to get these ones done, and then I'll have the signals join when they are all correct to come to a piston here, which will pull back, and it will likely reveal, I'll have a chest under here. Let's see, do this, and then I don't actually have any chests. Anyways, I'll have a chest under there, and then the white block will be pushed over top of it. So that when they get them all correct, it'll push the block back, or it'll pull it back, and when any of them are wrong, it'll push it and cover up the chest. And that will be one of the things that the people need to do the jack-o'-lantern. A head box back at spawn. I got SC's head as well as Cat Wild's head, and Lady Lorax gave me her head and all of these leftover skulls that she did not use for her maze. Now, I really just wanted player heads. I wanted like 4 player heads for the graveyard. Maybe I should just go kill Evil Notion. But I mean, like, she left me all these. I don't know if I'll use them. I feel kind of bad if I use them all. But that's awesome. Very, very kind. We'll see how the decorating comes, if I need to use them or not. I don't need it scary or spooky, but it is Halloween. Anyways, thanks again. Like, again, I say this all the time. This server rocks. I know I'm gonna regret some things in editing. I've done a little bit more than I think I said the last time I was gonna come back. So front door lock done. I expanded the front door. I think I did that. I've finished this parkour room and hidden all those guys. There's a maze back here. I'll show you where all that is, just to get up to that chest. And I can do the parkour, so that means it's easy, because I am terrible at parkour. I think most of these jumps are not, like this one might be possible, probably not. Like I tried to make it so that you have to poke around and look around. Okay. So I got to do some more decorating here, add a few more of these trapdoors, right? Because you go under, and this is the maze, and it's super dark, and I'm not going to do it right now, but you know, someone's going to do it, not me. So I'm going to line all this probably with trapdoors. Come over here. The painting room is done. I might get a few more of the single paintings. I was looking online. I wanted to get one of every single painting in here. I'm working through that. We have this guy, and all these little rooms have to be decorated. See, maybe it's gonna be hard for people because I can't even do it. There we go. This is one of the switches. The other one's in that room, and one's upstairs in a super obvious place. But you know, people are going to try all of these, and they're going to find other hidden things. So here's a hidden back area that will take you to the other side. But also, as you go by, if you're running, you can kind of see the puzzle here. You can't quite see enough of it to get the whole answer, but at least it tells you that there's something else there, and you got to go figure out how to get to that. There's a few. I think right here, I've got one here. Maybe? Is it here? Well, I don't know. See? Like, I don't even know where these are. It's here. There. Okay, so this one does actually come out to here. I might put just a couple jokes in here. Like, this is nothing. Yeah, it comes out right there. I don't know. And then we've got this one. Maybe. Okay, you know, it seemed a lot easier when I was testing. This is nothing except a chest. And when you open the chest, this will be where that book is for the left-right puzzle, which is going to be upstairs. So you have to kind of look at all the paintings. Oh, I finished this puzzle. The redstone is all done under here. And so the answer on the back of that wall that we saw from the other path, where there's picture frames, that's the answer. And I'll have a little chest of items to say what items to throw in here. And it's a bit of a puzzle because you can't just throw the same item because they start to group, right? So they're spread out just enough, and there's 2 of them that are like just close enough that they'll group. So you have to do 2 different items. So I'll put that in those picture frames. Now I got to put a few more of these trapdoors and cover the back up here. But here, this is how you get to that back area, right? You kind of get down here, and then I've got to finish this. But then this, there's this puzzle, right? And so I'll put, spider eye and maybe a plank or something in there, right? And that's what you can use to throw it. And then I'll make this, a little path that you can only really get to that spot and not see any of my redstone. So there's that. Okay. This puzzle, I think this is the one we did first. We've got the answers and we've got the books. However, I'm working on the graveyard right now. So I'm making like a little mausoleum. I've got a couple graves. I'll put another one over there. I've got 4 heads, so I've got SC's head here already. Then I'll probably have one for Cat, one for Lady Lorax. Oh, I might put Taco in here only because make a little mausoleum here. It's got the longest little poem. This is the secret painting to go back to that other one. I don't know that. Oh my god, why those other ones are so hard to get into. That's a me problem. And then we come up here, and I'm building rooms. None of these are literally just going to be decorations. This is going to have a secret armoire, and I might style it after Tango's, kind of that red armoire at the bottom floor of decked out level 1. And back here is going to be the answer for the library puzzle. So I'll have a bunch of wool in the same color configuration. And then for the puzzle answers, it'll be like pink and green and blue or whatever the colors the books are. So then, and in here, there'll be books that they will have to, there'll be 3 books. They can only put like one of each in. I was going to do like stacks of 3, but I also don't want people to cheese it. So I might, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because if I'm around, but if people are playing it a lot while I'm gone. Anyways, I'm going to have all these little rooms themed different ways. One's a bedroom, maybe one's like a post room or experiment room. But these are where all the candles are going to be. Probably. Like, I don't know. Or they're just red herring rooms, right? Like, these are a whole bunch of rooms that aren't anything. So yeah, so then we have this one, the redstone's done on that bad boy. This is the left-right one. I haven't done the redstone. It's the last one I haven't done yet, and I'll probably do it today. I actually wrote out a bit of a like an Evil Notion story about the server. I'm giving clues where they're like up, down, left, right, and so that will correspond to the answer. And so there'll probably just be like either an arrow or a rocket in here, something that points straight up, but we'll see. Yeah, and there's the redstone for that guy. Oh, this is the candle room. And then this is the candle room. But you'll see I'll have this all decorated maybe and some stuff, maybe something hidden you have to kind of go behind. And then, oh, there's that lever. So that's the 4th lever for the parkour, right? So that's a lever that goes down into the parkour room. That's all hooked up. This is the candle room. I have rockets in here for now with the answers. I've written them all down. And I'll replace it with the candles once I've started decorating. But that's it. So the next part is really just finishing the decorating, the finishing touches. I think I have about 1 to 2 days of in real life work done. And I'll probably do the roof and then I'm done. I'm back and I've started the roof. That's right. We've got kind of the first layer done. We've got this front part done. It's a little bit different than the original design, but I don't care because Halloween's in a couple days and real life has been keeping me off the server. So I'm trying to take today, which is a Sunday, to just get everything done. I've got to finish the candle room. I've got to finish the experiment lab and the roof. And that's it. And then we can do probably 1 or 2 rounds of playtesting to make sure everything's good. I'll get all my extra materials. And then we're done. So that's what I'm doing now. We've got the base of the roof in, and I'm just going to kind of do the bare minimum to get it done. We'll do the detailing on the side of the building. But I mean, it was a big box about an hour and a half ago, and now it's got a roof line, and I'm super excited about it. So let's keep building. Eh? I have finished the front windows, and I added some of the lantern lighting and some of these little blocks for detailing. I'll work my way around slowly. I was kind of thinking, just because of time constraints, I'm just going to do that side and this side, and we're not going to do the back. The back can just stay plain, because I mean, who cares, really? I'm not winning any awards. I just want it to look awesome for when people come to play it. And I hope at least 3 people play it. 4 people, who knows? So, okay, so we're going to finish the windows on the other side. I need to go get some more red wool because I'm out. And I don't think I'm going to have enough deep slate, but I will go find some. And or digging, because I also need more diamonds. Hi, everybody. It's done, or at least done enough. I'm starting here on this bridge that Taco made. I'm not sure if I showed it yet. He did it to kind of bridge the gap between the two islands. I did super minimal decorating here as the walkway up to the path. We go in here into our secret safe room. We've got some ghosts hanging around. And then as the people come in to play the game, it'll say, you know, put your gear in here. And then on the way out, once they take their gear, if they have any extra escape room items, I'm hoping they'll leave them in here. Let's do the tour. We'll go through the redstone I may not have discussed yet. We come in here. We've got rules. Please read. Welcome to the Haunted Manor. Haunted Halloween Manor on the NotionCraft server. Rule, the only rule is to have fun. Just kidding. There are rules. Keep reading. Basically, they're just like, you know, don't break any blocks. If there's a puzzle that needs an item, it'll be right beside there. There's some food in the chest. So yeah. And then I've just got a little bit of food in case people start to get hungry. We've got the key. To leave this place and unlock the door, craft the key and place below. The key can light your path or help create your protector. I'm not sure if it's not really a riddle and it doesn't rhyme. Whatever. I suspect that the wonderful people of NotionCraft will figure it out pretty quick once they start seeing the items. The first room is the parkour room. I think we've showed this. You know, when you press the lever, this comes out. And I think this should be enough indication to say, that, hey, there's more levers you have to find. So hopefully they go poking around. There's no real redstone. It's just a lever and some redstone. We've gone over the key. No, yeah, we've gone over the door and the key. How to reset it. But what else is there? One of these is that. There it is. Right? This is one of the levers. I'm not going to go all the way. But it's a little bit of a maze. That's not super long. We've got the pressure plate maze puzzle. But it's like, okay, well, what do? You come over here and it says, what a strange bunch of items. I've got these paired together, right? Because you really need 4 items to solve it. And the book says, like, there's groups of items, just take one. You know, obviously, you need to drop stuff on the pressure plates to open the secret door. But where is that? And how do you get in? I'm so confused. This is a little bit more secret than it used to be. I've got that stone in there so that they can kind of see it. But the people would hopefully find their way back here, and then it will show them the answer, right? That you would need potentially 2 different items in 2 different spots. I mean, they could do it in any combination, but it's these 2. If they're the same item, they group together. That's kind of part of the puzzle, so don't do that. So we come in here. That's great. Hidden. But redstone. How does the redstone work? Oh, too far. This one I could not find tutorials for. However, I am a programmer. So I can I understand logic, right? So, okay, I have 4 items. I need all of them to be true. So what I ended up doing is just, you know, a redstone signal, and I just looked up how to do an AND gate. So I have 2 AND gates that 2 of the signals go to, and then those 2 signals go to another AND gate. And then that means all 4 of those have to be true for this door to open. And what that does is comes up here, pushes this piston. Oh, and actually I have a knot as well. I flipped the signal to a knot right here because I need it pushed out, and then when it's true, it comes back in. So it had to be the opposite of what we were doing. And that's how that redstone works. It was a little tricky for me to figure out, but it's really not that hard to implement once you understand the logic gates, which I guess is Redstone 101. I am new to redstone. We'll go over here to the picture room. The picture room is a bunch of paintings. Everybody knows there's always stuff behind paintings. The real question is, how much stuff is behind the paintings? And honestly, these are not that easy to get into. I know where the secrets are. So this is one of the levers. I also have spider webs to make it annoying. I have this one here. Whoa, my elytra triggered. This is the puzzle, the ups and downs of NotionCraft. So this is a book that they're going to take with them. And in that book, it's a bit of a story. And so this is for the directional puzzle upstairs. It says, when Evil Notion decided to create NotionCraft and stand up a server, he had no idea anyone will want to play, but we did. And up is capitalized. Main Street was built for launch with many stunning shops added quickly after. Everyone worked together and built the Nether Hub that was designed by Papsnol and Ursulala. There's no direction here. But this one, after a week, the only thing left to do was defeat the Ender Dragon. It was a server event. So many people were there. I wore a pumpkin on my head and maybe got a single shot off. The dragon went down and was defeated easily. For the first time. Now Halloween is upon us, and mega builds are in progress. We have mansions and shops and hospitals and a great maze. Just take a right at the portal and follow it for treasures galore and maybe some scares. Thank you, Evil. We choose to spend our time with you and the community you have built. Happy Halloween. So this is the book that is going to be in here. As I emphasized all the directions, we will use on the puzzle upstairs. So that's that one. There's another path back here. Ooh, spooky. Oh, we've got a ghost up here. And a hilarious joke. Which room in a ghost house is the most unnecessary? The living room. Right? He doesn't agree. This comes back out into the same room, right? So there's two different ways in. And finally, there's one here. Oh. And this takes you back to here, which takes you to the other side. I also kind of, if you haven't found the secret here, you'll be able to come back here and be like, oh, look, there's something there. How do I get into it? But I put spider webs here so you can't really jump to see the whole thing, but you can see most of it, but you'd still have to be able to find the other way out. So that's the picture room. Then we come out and we're in this other one. I really did minimal but decorating. I'm not very good at this and I didn't have a lot of time. But this is another room and then you're like, okay, what are these? And then you come in and there's all these different books with dates. But what does it mean? There is no indication. There's nothing telling you what it is. You know, but there's a door. There's a door to the graveyard. So hopefully the people will come out here and figure out, you know, rip Lady Lorax, generous neighbor. She gave us all those heads, never second guessing her good intentions. And then she's got a date. That date corresponds to one in the book. So it's not just the dates though, because you need the order. So I said never second guessing. And then here we've got, here lies S-E-G-T-G. First of his name, bearer of chicken, destroyer of patrols. But first of his name. So he's like the first book. So anyways, each one of these has a date. Cat wild, gone too soon, perished while catching Pokemon. Third time wasn't a charm. Because we always go to Cat streams and she's got that Pokeball thing. And then in honor of our dear friend, Necessary Taco, whose jokes are so corny that they get a bad rap. Let us never forget the last time he made us laugh. Wah wah. No date, and then I'm hoping they'll be like, what? There's no date. I don't know. And then, oh, there it is. There it is. So that's the graveyard. Really appreciate that everybody gave us their heads. Super excellent. I should put a pressure plate. Okay, and then, so that's 3 of the puzzles that we should be able to solve, and the other 3 are up here. So now we come up here. So we come up here, there's a little bit of decorating. It's a nice room. We've got some steak on the table. We've got some different colored candles. This is great. When you come up, the first thing you see is this. Obviously, we need to put the right books in here. This is a similar redstone. Oh, I didn't talk about the redstone downstairs. But it's all the same circuit, right? And so it's a tutorial I found. The links will be in the description. You know, when you have the right answer, you know, you have your redstone circuit, and then I chain all of them together, and they go to the piston that opens or pushes the block back. Now, this one was a little bit tricky because, as I found with the chiseled bookshelves, the redstone signal was the same in the same spot if you put the book in and take it out. So if I put it in the 5th spot, it emitted a 5 redstone signal, but when I took it out again, also 5. So I reset them all to 1 currently. I believe they should all be set to 1 here. Reset them all to 1. But it was a little bit tricky to get it kind of sorted out, but it works. Only 1 stack needed. I've got a couple stacks of books. But what's the answer? How do I know what the answer is for this one? Well, I'm hoping people open everything and click all the doors and whatnot. But back here, and this is actually the style of the same armoire that Tango has in Decked Out, where it leads from that basement room up to the top on level 1. I just always liked that design, so we made it. So you come back here, and then this is the answer. So hopefully they'll figure it out. You know, the first one's pink, then blue, then green. They'll have to do some trial and error. I was hoping that the Tetris kind of shaped blocks, when they see this, would give away this, right? So it basically is the same. And then we have another ghosty. Ooh, but he's happy because he's hiding. He's not sitting out there watching for mobs. Okay, so cool. So there's that one, and then that would be the answer for that. Okay, so we have two more puzzles here. We've got our little fireplace and some pictures, nothing to see here. We've got another one, the armoires, but a different color. And then this is the candle puzzle. So these candles, again, this is the same redstone circuit as downstairs with the books and the other one with the bookshelves, the chiseled bookshelves. It's that same circuit. You have your length and your redstone torch as to what the answer is. Then it wraps around and you chain them all together to open the door. But also in this room. So basically, I'm hoping that they'll see this. They'll see their weird colored candles because most of the candles all around the castle are white, or the no color candles, I guess, regular wax color, like those ones. But then this one, red. Well, there's two red candles here. Okay, so then where's the other red candle? Oh, there's one up there. I'm hoping they'll, and everything's on this floor. They'll go around and they'll count all the candles, and that will be the answer. Obviously, if they found that other one with the armoire, they'll open this up. Oh, look, here's a switch. I didn't want to make it super hard, but that does trigger one of the parkour ones. This is the directional puzzle that goes with that book. Again, I didn't really decorate it, but they're all set to 1 currently because I needed to find an item whose default state of 1 was pointing up. So that this is up, right, down, and left. And so that will correspond to those in the book. And that's basically it. Then I just had a couple extra rooms to fill the space and to put candles in for counting, right? So there's some more candles for counting. This is a nice bedroom. You can set your spawn here if you'd really like to. Nothing fancy. But then here's the back is my favorite room. I took some of the heads that Lady Lorax gave me, and I did, again, I love Decked Out. I have been watching so much Decked Out content. It's brilliant. So I made kind of like the similar room that Grian made, like with Rusty. But this guy's, he's not activated yet. And it's in case of emergency. Now, I thought this might be cute because this is what the puzzle is, right? You have to make a jack-o'-lantern. You have to make the torch. You have to make the shears. So I thought this might be a good, I don't know, hint. But then also, here's a hint too. Oh, good, a reboot. Maybe we log out, we come back to this. But anyways, yeah, so I put a whole bunch of the heads here that Lady Lorax gave me, and then I had my own spider and enderman heads. Yeah, so that's one of my favorite rooms. My access panel is back here. I just break this block, and then we go upstairs to where we have all of our chest monster. Yeah, that's it. That's the game. If they solve it and they get stuff out of those chests, they'll figure it out. So we better log out. But anyways, I'm really excited. We have reached out. We've opened the game up. We've reached out to a few people to see if they're going to play. So this is it. Our next episode, we're going to be looking at the other areas in the Halloween district, and there might be a special playthrough episode. So stay tuned for that. If you guys even got this far, thanks for sticking it out. This was a fun big project. My first, I would say, very big project. So thanks for watching, and glad those pillagers are gone. Bye bye. See you later. Bye bye. Goodbye. Goodbye.